roll.
A couple times to know that snakes ain't always in the grass.
You can come back now.
Sharks ain't always in
Hi.
the water.
This is new Jelly Roll. Doesn't it almost sound out of tune with itself?
Saints versus the sinners. I just roll.
Okay, that's with Lil Wayne. Congratulations, Jelly Roll. You've done it again. Did you see that video of him hugging
The Rock?
The Rock? He literally ran up to The Rock and went, "Brother, I've been waiting my whole life for this, my brother. Two brothers finally met." That's what the caption was. All right. What is going on with Big Mike? We'd like to welcome Big Mike back to the program.
He's been on a roll lately. We had a long break from him, but now I can't get enough again.
And you know what? After this segment, remember, we were the one fucking guy that he couldn't get us out from under his skin. Logan was even telling him, "Bro, you gotta realize these guys got nothing. Let them go." And he tried and he tried and he tried, and we really bothered him. And then we kind of got bored of Big Mike for a while and stopped covering him. Big Mike thought he was free. If you have the time, let Big Mike know. "Oh, dude, Redbar started covering you again with all that stuff. It's going hard. Oh, Redbar started covering you again. He got a whole series out. Holy shit, he did hours and hours and hours. He's been covering like your every move, bro. It's bad. It's bad." Sorry, my shit keeps crapping out here. Big Mike did a little podcast with a guy I've been dying to pick on my whole life. Graham Stephan. Yuck. Have you seen Graham Stephan? He's a little kid. He was actually featured in an episode of Selling Sunset. He's a little money man. Oh, yeah, Graham Stephan loves money and discussing real estate. Have you seen that little schmendrick? What's his show called? Graham Stephan's. He's like one of those guys that would have like a thing on the news where they're like, "Mad Money." You know? That's like his dream, to be one of those guys. Graham Stephan, what is his bio? What do they call him, Graham Stephan?
He is a 34-year-old real estate investor who started working in real estate shortly after turning 18 with over 120
What is he now,
million
18 and a half?
in residential sales.
Oh, he's disgusting inside and out. If you thought the trigonometry guys were bad, wait till you meet these guys. Big Mike decides to go on, and is this podcast like money-based or hustle-based, or what is the...
I feel like everything Graham Stephan does is hustle-based.
Yes. So they're interviewing Big Mike, and, Big Mike is using this to really paint a story of himself, a story that we really haven't heard from him in a while. It was the perfect duo to absorb his bull. The Mike, I hate when they do this. The blank podcast. People are doing this now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mike Malgic podcast. Ooh, when they do this thing, like, wow, man.
I can't believe it's finally here.
I can't believe it's finally here. The long awaited, this is the one. This is the one. So here we go.
A first-time chatter chimes in to say Graham Stephan is fucking horrible and disgusting, and so is his podcast partner.
Yeah, and we're going to be discussing him as well. This Graham Stephan, I would say, in Graham Stephan's mind, he's as innocent as they come.
Yes.
He thinks he's like the most innocent guy. We have such a fundamental difference on what is innocent that it would blow his mind to hear coverage like this. He would just not get it. He would hunt for reasons why. He would go, "Oh, maybe this guy's a socialist. That's the only thing I could think of." Well, yeah, Hassan Piker is one of, has brainwashed me. That's for sure. But blame Stavros for that. Stavros is the one taking me around Hassan Piker and telling me to listen to everything he says. Same manager. So, no, we're not socialists. We just despise you for every fiber of your being. And I'll tell you this, it's mostly looks-based. So I want you to know that, Graham Stephan, we ain't picking on you because we disagree with your, your politics. We're disagreeing with you because of how you look. You disgust me to high heavens. You're exactly what would be the worst thing you could be as a man. And I'll show you this. Now, are you nice? You're nice considering what you are. You're a nice version of that kind of scumbag. But you really need a good look in the mirror. And I don't think this is not the role you were intended to go down. But you just wanted to have power over the people because of how nerdy and geeky you were. So here it is, the Mike Maljic. How do you say his last name?
Malak.
Malak. Of course, I do forget that. I look at that word, I go, Majlik. Malalik. Malak. Ugh, such a nauseating word. Here it comes.
Welcome to the
Morning.
podcast. Really appreciate it. We had a bit of a back and forth online, I saw. You lost $700,000 on a house. I reacted to it.
Yeah.
Then you reacted to my reaction.
Yeah.
What happened with the house?
It was a dream purchase of mine, and I saw all the videos, obviously, and I'm trying to remember like what things you were right about and what things you were just like making assumption on, because you're usually pretty spot on.
I think I broke
watched the
down. I think I
content.
broke down your income. I tried to, based on what your monthly mortgage.
You tried to break down his income? Stalking! I think I tried to break down your income on my show. You know, Mike, why don't you grab him by the throat? So Mike's got that Dasha maniacal Joker crack going on. There's his Joker. That's when you really... what's Mike on now? What is he allowed... What has he allowed himself to be on? It's definitely something. Look at this hat. Look at this hat. Con art is what he's talking about. Hey, what kind of art do you do? A con artist? You're a con artist. Great. And he's on the iced coffee hour. You know, all these guys are jazzed up on the juice, that coffee. They love their caffeine so that they can make their sales. And here he is talking money, rewriting his own history, showing off. And Graham Stephan's actually pretty impressed. And Mike's feeding off of that. So he sees Graham is eager to hear these stories because he's such a nerd. Everybody else goes, please, Mike, shut up. You know, whatever Mike's blabbing, Tana or Jeff or Logan, they don't want to hear a damn thing he's got to say. Graham Stephan's all ears, foolishly. And Big Mike, ooh, the add-ons. Those roll right off his tongue. All right, where do we start? 1 minute in, we just see this part, the intro here?
Yeah, so at the beginning, they're talking about how Mike lost $700K on his house,
Yeah.
and you can go to 320.
Great, 320. So Big Mike sold his house. We saw that on Selling Sunset. 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
Yes.
And I guess he lost $700,000. We don't know why. We don't know why he wanted so badly to get out
He's
of there.
going to talk about it a teeny bit here.
Here we go. Big E? Nope, Big E. Big E! Here we go.
And I was like, dude, whatever, man. Like, let's do it. And so I get it. And it was, I realized pretty immediately, like, I was like, dude, I'm going to get rinsed on this, dude. I just bought at the height of the market. Things started to correct right after I bought it. And some things happened that forced me out of that.
Here's where we could really see this, Graham. This is how I see him at all times. Watch this. Look at this haircut. Now, this is not a person who should be involved in money. This is a person who should be involved in a children's day camp as one of the camp kids. Thank you. This looks like a kid that you're forced to hang out with in baseball camp, in summer camp. Okay, it's the local shitty summer camp. We're all sitting Indian style on the grass, waiting for the day to start, and this little nerd is there with his cut off, chopped little, what do you call these? Philip DeFranco has this type of hair as well, where it's spiky. They can't grow a sideburn, so they just grow these spikes.
You can see through the spikes.
You can see through it. It's Tony Hinchcliffe. Well, this is even weaker than that. I would call this little kid's hair. There's something, your hair never matured. It stayed shitty little kid. To me, with an appearance like this, you really have no business being around other adults yet, right? This is a kid. You know, he was on Selling Sunset. He was hanging out with the Oppenheims. He was at some of these parties with all the women from Selling Sunset. Him, that little kid. Tell me that don't go. They seem to talk to him as if he was one of the same as everybody else. I couldn't believe it. I go, aren't you guys looking at this kid and go, who's this little kid? Who's this really gross, dirty little kid? They did not do that at all. They all just talked to him as if he's another realtor. And then I'm going, oh yeah, well they talked to the Oppenheim brothers too. Because they don't know anybody with money is the same to them. And all those women are nerds who used cash to glam up. So they don't know the difference between a guy and a complete nerd. This real estate market is almost like the theater kids, where they're all like ugly nerds, but they're all having sex now. You know, and they're rich. He's got a rock. It's disgusting. That makes you look like you put on your dad's watch. I can't even believe it fits. And he also has the sensibilities of a small little kid. He doesn't know much about anything other than a couple of numbers, a couple of real estate sales. He doesn't really know much.
120 million in residential sales.
Well, I find those numbers to be fuzzy math. There's no way. He doesn't really seem to have any money, and he's a cheapskate. That's another thing about him. His big thing is, oh, man. Like, when he hears somebody lost money, it, like, kills him, and he does this whole thing about how, oh my God, you should have done this and you really should have consolidated, because to lose 30 grand like that is just, it would like blow his mind. I mean, it would blow his mind to lose like $5. He's crying if he loses a $2 bill. So that's him. His co-host is even worse. Another little kid from school. These are two
Did they
little
give
kids.
each other haircuts?
I mean,
That,
you
like,
guys.
take in both of those haircuts. And they're rich.
These are rich adults. How old is Graham Stephan? He can't be older than 11. That is no older than an 11-year-old boy. And by
He's
boy, I mean
35.
really 35. You look like a poor kid. A poor child. A child from a shit family.
They probably did give each other haircuts because he wouldn't want to waste. That's frivolous.
Why would you waste
spending
money
to
on a
him.
haircut when you could easily do it yourself for free?
Well, the other guy doesn't have a listed age.
I mean, these guys, seriously, like, I would rather cut off my balls than be around them.
But they're the perfect audience.
They're the perfect audience for Big Mike because they're actually blown away and they think that they're talking to Drake right now. Like, they're treating him, and they would treat Drake like that. Like, they think Drake is, like, pretty impressive, too. They never get made fun of, I don't think. He should be treated worse than Tim Pool, and he's not. I think people love him. He's lovable. He's really nice. And I was throwing him around at the pool. He's fun. He's fun to play with, too. And he barely has any toys, so he doesn't spend a dime on anything. So it kind of sucks hanging out with him, actually. And he's a piece of shit. I don't know what these tables are supposed to be. I've never seen tables like this. I bet I just
They
don't think
couldn't
they're
have sat
supposed
on one? You had to push those two together?
Trigonometry. They got to
Big
make sure
Mike
there's enough.
got set up across from them on that table, and they were like, whoa, too close. And then separated him?
It does appear that they only had two options. Yeah, because I think that he was sitting right here, and that is way too close. What has he got here? Oh, a little power. Oh, if he takes that, he's going to be like killing it. That's the billionaire's secret, is to drink those things. Those are from Whole Foods. Those power shots. And what are you drinking over here?
Metal water.
Metal water, of course. Okay, let's see what kind of bullcrap happens in this shitty show.
House in a time that, you know, I would have liked to have continued holding it and letting equity grow in it. And I was kind of forced to get out of the house quickly. And I got just rinsed on, on the sale.
The agent
so.
fees, basically. And did you also?
The agent
we should,
fees are
we
only
should
a small
clarify.
percentage.
Yeah.
We should clarify.
Yeah.
You didn't. He's an ex-real estate agent, but you didn't clarify that this is.
If you opened a door to an open house and this little kid came up to you and said, "Hey, ma'am, interested in the house?" Wouldn't you go, "Where's your fucking parents?" and get out of this house before I chase you out with a broom? Would you ever buy a house from this person? I got this thing where I call up listings and I go, "Let me speak to the main office." I go, let me speak to the client, who wants to sell this house. I go, "You got to get rid of that agent. I will never buy from that agent. So you're losing out on a sale of a house because I will not buy from this punk." You should see these agents now. These real estate agents, they're all like this now, where they're playing this game ever since Selling Sunset. I'll go as far as to say, I think I said it on this show, Selling Sunset is the reason the housing market is where it's at right now. I truly believe that. I truly believe every real estate agent saw Selling Sunset and said, "I want that too." And they jacked those prices up so that they could get those big commissions like the girls on Selling Sunset. Cut to now. Believe me, the housing market started getting bad when Selling Sunset came out. Go check it out. Nobody has this theory but me. No economist. Not one. And I guarantee you, it is the single root cause of the reason why all these houses are super expensive now.
I believe it.
I truly, truly believe that. In fact, I bet you there's an economist listening to this right now go, "My God, he's right." And then, boom, the whole world's going to change. It's because people like this, they need at least $200,000 commission now on any sale. And they're going to make sure they get that. And they all want to drive around like an actor, like a celebrity, because of Selling Sunset. Shame on these people. They have destroyed all of America and nobody even knows it. The real estate agents are truly the only problem in this whole thing. Hand to God.
It's not anything that you did that then got you kicked out of the house.
Correct.
Yeah, because people are going to assume that like something went wrong, like a neighborly dispute or
no financial thing. I mean, I'll put it like this. At some point, I'll get a little bit more granular on it, but it became a little bit of like a security risk. If you don't know about what goes on in LA, like if you're going to be a creator or a celebrity or an athlete that lives in like a non-gated neighborhood, you probably need like some pretty heavy security at the house.
Okay, so security is the name of the game today. We're going to hear about this security. We don't know why the conversations keep trailing towards security. People want to know why did you flee your dream house after such a short time? You bought this house, you overpaid, beautiful house, and remember, he was in there panicking every day. He wanted out of that house. Talking about security. What do you mention security here?
Creator or
Go
a
back like 10
celebrity
more
or an
seconds.
athlete that lived in it became a little bit of like a security risk. If you don't know about what goes on in LA, like if you're going to be a creator or a celebrity or an athlete that lives in like a non-gated neighborhood, you probably need like some pretty heavy security at the house. And even though I'm somebody who has nothing to steal, I don't, this is my watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want my rubber band? Like,
It is true. He has absolutely nothing to steal. He has the most boring house. It's like the furniture that came staged with the house, like Chris D'Elia is trying
And
to do.
he shows everything, so no one in their right mind would rob him.
You should hear what Chris D'Elia is asking for his house. Chris D'Elia has put his house on the market. You should see what he's asking. About $2 million over. Seriously.
You just got into real estate. 'cause
No,
of
I
it.
have inside info from every person. Every person that we've covered on the show, we have their maids, their housekeepers, everybody keeps spilling. I go, Jesus Christ, I'm never going to share anything with anybody. So here he is, Fa Banks. Big Mike really did jack FaZe Banks' style, everything about him, from the way he talks, walks, looks, acts. It's all Banks. It's full Banksian. He believes he is Banks. He did not act like Banks, FaZe Banks. He did not act like FaZe Rug. He did not act like Epstein Files Phase 1. He acted like a complete nerd salesman, and now he's full FaZe Banks. I wonder if FaZe Banks appreciates you jacking his whole style. And I wonder if you appreciate Jelly Roll jacking your whole style. Because Big Mike and Jelly Roll are like the same guy now.
Now that he's losing weight, every day he gets more Big Mike-ish.
Yes.
They're like identical.
Go look at Jelly Roll's latest weight loss. He looks like Big Mike. And Big Mike used to be fat too. Remember when Big Mike, that's where he got the name from, Big Mike. And he's got a sister, of course, Hey Big Dyke. And she got a face that, not a forgiving face.
You need to be cautious. And I wasn't as cautious as I could have been about how the home was purchased and how I shot around it and stuff like that. And it became a bit of an issue. And at some point, maybe I'll be able to tell those stories a little bit more.
Something happened, we've been hearing all this drama with Big Mike since his girlfriend left him, Sarah. Of course, everybody loves Sarah. We all watched her work out every day of her life on Instagram, on her story. We got to see her basically bent over in our face every day for a year, working out at the gym. And that was the love of his life. They never got along. They just rolled their eyes at each other and negged each other all day. And then when they broke up, he's acting like somebody died. Remember we showed you the stuff with Logan Paul where he won't stop and all of his friends are sick and tired of him whining about it.
And almost like there's something more than the breakup going on, but that he wants them to ask about, but they're not asking.
So he keeps going, oh man, I'm just in such a bad place. And they're like, bro, you got to get over your girlfriend. Just move on. He's like, you don't get it. You don't get it. Almost really begging for them to go, is there something else going on, man? Because I believe there is. Big Mike, here we got him talking about security and a few incidents at the house because he was
And he moved from this house to a apartment, which is weird to do in LA.
Moved to an apartment. He moved to the biggest high rise in LA for safety. He is spooked. Something is going on with Big Mike, and it has nothing to do with the breakup of that girlfriend that he really didn't even care for. I think he is walking around sulking all the time and being anxious and having all these issues because someone's after him. And I believe he can't tell anybody about it because it's either so illegal or he gotten himself into such a jam that he doesn't want to tell anybody about what he did. And he's using the breakup of Sarah and him as, what's wrong, Mike? You look terrible. Mike, man, how come you can't get out of bed? Why do you never leave the house? Just a breakup, I guess. He's begging for his friends to dig and go, what's really going on? Because he can't come out with it. Maybe he's not even able to. Maybe some of those brothers in Mumbai down there in Iran that he was hanging out with or wherever with the Saddam guys.
Arabia.
The Saudis. Did he get into some trouble with the Saudis? Did he borrow a ton of money from the international Saudis? And did he get himself in some trouble where, they're going to come kill him if he doesn't get, what we've got going on here? And not just because he looks like Sandler. We've got a big righteous gemstones, precious gems moment going on. If you follow Mike around with a camera, you could feel that tension. Some people, when they watch Mike's vlogs, it's too much for them. And a lot of people actually don't enjoy them because of all the tension. There's this one scene where Mike keeps trying to get the alarm to open. So yes, it's very similar to that. And I think someone's after Big Mike. I think he's in trouble with the wrong guys. This could be anything from gambling to his involvement with 1010 Burger and all these Saudis that you see. It could be any one of his wheeling and dealings. And remember, Big Mike is sitting there. He lets everybody in. He's Mr. Connections. And I think he finally connected with the wrong crew. And he's using this breakup as a way to let himself look affected throughout the day without people going, what is going on? So
he vaguely alludes to the security risk.
The
for
security
the first
risk,
part,
yes.
but he doesn't really say anything, and they
Okay.
just start talking about his past.
Yes, of
But
course.
luckily, we quickly transition to our favorite thing: his present.
his present.
3255. We're gonna get to hear some amazing stories that we can only dream.
These
of.
are great. Some new Big Mike stuff.
Other creator, and I really like, maybe with the exception of like maybe Banks to an extent, is like my true like wealth is in network and access. Like
My true wealth is in network and access. You know a guy's up to some bad stuff when they're peddling in access. That's granular. Okay?
true like wealth is in network and access. Like
Look at the face on this
I
little
know,
kid.
what is he doing?
I am so intrigued about this axis, you call it? Graham
The
Stefan.
guy's like, I hope you don't have too much access, mister.
I mean, this is really like you're babysitting and telling the two boys about your crazy Hollywood escapades, and they can't believe it. Wait, access? How could you sell access? Isn't access something you give? Look at
Just
this.
wait.
Just wait, my young boys. Wow, they're really eating this up. What an honor to get to hear myself talk. Look at what you look like right now. I mean, really. Is that not the devil?
He looks very mean.
Is
And
that
what's
not
with
the
that line?
devil? Oh, he's excited to talk about access. You're not going to believe the access of evil.
have finessed and like created a network that is like,
I'm so curious. Who is the most famous person in your phone?
bro,
Wow, and the smile is ear to ear. Look at that dimple. No wonder he can't grow facial hair. He's got that cute dimple that it would cover up.
They both sat back in relief as if like, this motherfucker is really about to tell us who the most famous person in
It's
his phone is.
crazy.
Can you believe?
It's crazy. It's like telling two kids, I've met LeBron. Look at this. Watch this.
a network that is like,
I'm so curious. Who is the most famous person in your phone?
bro,
we
you
got to
couldn't
do.
even-
Bro, you could not have asked me a more fucking awesome question. Dude, this fucking rules. Nobody ever asks me that. So he is so happy. He went from depressed and worried for his life. But all it takes to get Mike off his, Jeff couldn't do it. Logan couldn't do it. His friends couldn't do it. He's been sulking. All it takes is one kid asking, who's the most famous person you know? Whoa.
This is the happiest he's been
This
in
is the
like
happiest
half a year.
he's ever been. Watch this.
like,
I'm so curious. Who is the most famous person in your phone?
bro,
we got to
you
do
couldn't even
this.
believe it. I mean, we can, whoever you want.
What? Bro, you couldn't even believe it. Well, whoever you want. Want to know
Whoever-
some names? Who would do this? Besides me.
That is like,
I'm so curious. Who is the most famous person in your phone?
bro,
we got to
you
do
couldn't even
this.
believe it. I mean, we can, whoever you want. And whoever you want.
What do you
We
mean,
can get on
whoever?
FaceTime with Dave Chappelle right now. I mean, we can.
Are you
I've
serious?
spent nights.
Okay. Watch this. Watch the kids, the twins. By the way, they sucked each other's dicks once. Probably. Wait, no, these guys sue. They have access to all sorts of money. Guys, this is all a big joke at your expense. So remember, if you sue, that'll be at your expense as well. Please do not sue over this. It would be a very bad look, as I am a real estate mogul as well, that you need to work up to get to know me. So
How about
think
that?
about that. How about that,
You
guys?
don't want to lose the clout.
You don't want to lose basically the Epstein of your life right here. Okay, watch this.
And whoever you want.
What do you
I mean, we
mean,
could get on
whoever?
FaceTime with Dave Chappelle right now. I mean, we can.
Are you
I've
serious?
spent nights.
Are you serious? From Half Baked in the Chappelle show? Bro, no way. Hold on, I have to tell my brother about this. Hey, he knows Dave Chappelle. Tell him you know him. What the fuck? Who gives a shit? Why would anyone care if anyone knew Dave Chappelle? I've never even thought to think that that would be something people would care of someone else knowing him.
I know that's
It's
not
like,
really
yeah,
a
there's
secondhand.
You're not meeting him. How could that possibly? How could you care? So many people know Dave Chappelle. It happens. There's no secrets about him. That it's not like a secretive thing to know him.
And whoever you want.
What do
I
you
mean, we
mean,
could get on
whoever?
FaceTime with Dave Chappelle right now. I mean, we can.
Are you
I've
serious?
spent nights out with Dave Chappelle, and
Look at the smile. He is so. He's like, dude, they fucking get it.
He needed this, man.
He needed this. Look how happy
I'm
he
happy
is.
for him, kind of.
Look at him.
Dave Chappelle in Australia and Brisbane. I remember I was in.
Okay, wait till you hear how he hung out with Dave Chappelle.
Oh my God, look at him thinking it up.
This is epic. So, dude, Dave Chappelle is my boy. I hung out with him so many times. Wait till you hear the story.
You get on FaceTime with Dave Chappelle right now. I mean,
We could get on FaceTime with Dave Chappelle right now. That's what he's saying. What kind of... Imagine you're Dave Chappelle. Oh, can we, nigga? Can you imagine? Send this to Dave Chappelle and say, Big Mike is saying we could get on FaceTime with Dave Chappelle whenever.
Even in the middle of the night.
Middle of the night.
Famous person in your phone.
bro,
we got to
you
do
couldn't even
this.
believe it. I mean, we can. I mean, whoever you want. And whoever you want.
What do you
I mean, we
mean,
could get on
whoever?
FaceTime with Dave Chappelle right now. I mean, we can.
Are you
I've
serious?
spent nights out with Dave Chappelle.
Wait, so you're so excited because we could possibly get on FaceTime with him. And what's going to happen once the FaceTime starts? He's going to see some gross little kid and be mad. Listen to these stories here.
FaceTime with Dave Chappelle right now. I mean, we can.
Are you
I've
serious?
spent nights out with Dave Chappelle in Australia and Brisbane. I remember I was in Gold Coast on this trip, and we had done shows with UFC with Perth, but I split off after, and I
Listen
went
to
to
the story.
Gold Coast, and I was at the Langham. And I was getting into the elevator, and I see somebody walk by me with security. I was like, I wonder who that was. And he turns around, and I turn around, and he goes, Mike? And I was like, Dave, what the hell? He goes, what you doing here, man? Like, I usually could do a better accent, but he's like, I got this show tonight in Brisbane. He's like, and I was with these two Australian girls. He was like,
I was with these two Australian girls. Of course, the Big Mike coin girls. The currency of Big Mike. The access that he gets purchased by the women he carries around. Now, we've all seen this. Remember, Big Mike always has 4 girls that he's, basically pays to escort him. Everywhere Big Mike goes, he calls up 2 low-rent models or porn stars and says, why don't you come out to college tonight? We're going, I'll buy you this. We'll buy you all this. We'll set you up. There'll be people to network with. So he's been doing this a lot. We've covered his big dinners. Remember, he's got these dinners that he does with 18 girls from Instagram. So Big Mike knows that this is how you get access. But then he forgets. So he's telling his Dave Chappelle story. Dave Chappelle wants to hang out with Mike because Mike has 2 girls. Listen to this. Now, Dave Chappelle's married, is he not?
Yeah,
Isn't Dave Chappelle married?
definitely.
I don't
right?
know if Dave Chappelle would appreciate Big Mike stupidly telling this story about how Dave Chappelle wanted Mike to basically bring these girls over to him,
to the
which is
Red
basically
Room.
what he's saying. Listen to this stupid story that Mike stupidly tells, throwing Dave Chappelle under the bus basically for cheating on his wife, which I'm sure she knows. And then also and stupidly also self-reporting on himself. Dave Chappelle didn't want to hang out with you, dummy. You thought he would just love to hang out with you. You were the access to the girls. You were the way.
It's what he does best.
That's what he does best.
He
You're
didn't
almost
lie.
a fixer. You might be doing this on purpose for people without even knowing.
Who that was. And
Listen.
he turns around, I turn around, and he goes, Mike? And I was like, Dave, what the hell? He goes, what you doing here, man? Like, I usually could do a better accent, but he's like, I got this show tonight in Brisbane. He's like, and I was with these two Australian girls. He was like, bring them up to my show.
Bring them up to my show. So, Dave Chappelle, why do you want two random Australian girls coming to your show? Big Mike, you just told the world that Dave Chappelle cheated on his wife. You didn't think that through? Is he married? Have we Googled this? Is this true?
Definitely.
He's
Remember
definitely
his Asian
married.
wife?
So, at the very least, Big Mike has just outed Dave Chappelle for saying, bring those girls to my show because he so stupidly wants to tell this heroic story of fame. Listen to this.
Like, and I was with these two Australian girls. He was like, bring them up to my show, in Brisbane tonight. And so I go up there and he does this like sold out arena show. And his manager texts me. He's like, Dave wants you to come back to his red room because his
Dave wants you to come back to his red room or bring those girls to my red room. Big Mike has been acting like a pimp throughout this whole thing. I mean, really, he plays the role of a new wave pimp. I mean, it really is what he does. Follow the trail. He's a pimp. He's a low rent pimp.
And his manager texts me. He's like, Dave wants you to come back to his red room because he has no green room. He has a red room. I go back there. He's got a giant speaker. He's just sitting back there with like tequila. And
fuck. A speaker? Whoa. They're like, a speaker?
I can't believe it.
Wait, a giant version of a speaker? Holy shit, I can't even imagine what that must be. We're only used to these little Bluetooth kickflip ones.
He's got a giant speaker. He's just sitting back there with like tequila and joints. And it's just me.
No way. Dave Chappelle is in his own green room. He has a speaker and tequila. No way. Where did he get the tequila? And where did he get the speaker? You guys are acting like this is one of those futuristic...
Technically, Michael Ray Bauer also has a speaker in tequila.
I mean, almost every person I know has a speaker and tequila. Well, everyone has a speaker. That's for sure. And I consider myself to be your speaker, guys. Thank you so much.
Giant speaker. He's just sitting back there with like tequila and joints. And,
No way.
and it's just me, him, these two Aussie like, Instagram models or whatever.
It's just me and him and these two Aussie Instagram models.
Why did you even have to ask?
Mrs. Chappelle, do you know your husband is doing this? Oh, no, babe. I wanted to hang out with Big Michael. I hate models. Yuck. And then he does the big eye thing.
And it's just me, him, these two Aussie like, Instagram models or whatever. And he's talking to me all night about like what you guys are doing in the podcast and what those brothers are
That's
doing
pretty good,
for the sport of
That's
boxing.
pretty fucking good. I thought that was an ebony person myself. He goes, what you going with the podcast? He's like, whoa, that's like dead on. I thought that was the FaceTime. I thought maybe you had already dialed up him on FaceTime.
Doing in the podcast and what those brothers are
That's
doing
pretty good,
for the sport
It's actually not. Do you want to get severely?
you guys are doing in the podcast and what those brothers are
That's
doing
pretty good,
for the
Okay, you need to be put in the back of a trunk.
This guy
At
is
the very
blown
least, you
away.
need to be put in the back of a trunk.
How is he almost brought to tears by like every single thing that he hears?
That's actually really good.
And he's selling it too. I believe his shock every time.
and people are buying homes from these two. This is your realtor. Imagine this. And you wonder why the housing market has gone bonkers.
Sport of boxing is, you gotta let me tell that story. And I'm like, dude, do you eat by any chance? I was like, do you want to, like, should we go get dinner? Should we go out to dinner? And he's wheeling this portable speaker with him, and he keeps playing the same Radiohead song over. He's just as eclectic as you would imagine. He's playing unreleased podcast, him, Talib Kweli, Bill Murray.
Okay, if he is doing that, he needs to be arrested. He's psychotic. Sorry. And this is all through the, Big Mike's interpretation of what was going on and the motivations behind it. So all we know is that Dave Chappelle was wheeling around a giant speaker, playing Radiohead on repeat, and unreleased podcasts.
Of, like, himself? Because that's insane.
No, they're actually impulsive podcasts that we didn't release. He's a huge fan. He said he's collected every cutting room floor scrap I've had.
Playing unreleased podcast, him, Talib Kweli, Bill Murray, Kanye, like podcasts.
Holy
I don't even
shit.
think I've ever even heard.
Oh, Bill Murray and Kanye. Oh, cool. He must be a good person.
Jeez.
He must be a good person if he has secret combos with Bill Murray and Kanye. Dude, I can't even keep up with this. Ghostbusters Bill Murray? This is so sick right now. Look at you. You've actually, like, recoiled into, like, complete disbelief and
He's
awe.
worrying about the speaker getting damaged.
Yeah.
Because then he might have to replace it, and that is
Wow.
such a waste.
Damn, that's a sick beard you're growing. You are so young.
Seen the light of day potentially, but we go out, we go to dinner. This restaurant in Brisbane hooks us up, Vegas as they call it in Australia, all this Australian Wagyu. We go to this club after, and I remember I had one of the most.
So, Mr. Chappelle, Dave went on a date with two women. First, his green room, the red room. Then they went to dinner. Then to a club. And where were you, Mrs. Chappelle? What did Dave tell you he was doing in Australia? Now, that would be interesting. Miss Chappelle, what was Dave's story to you about? Oh, babe, I'm probably just going to get to bed early. I got a show tomorrow. Love you, too. Good night. Ah! Like, what? Does the story match up? I really doubt it. At the very least, those stories don't match up to Mrs. Chappelle. Sitting there with 8 kids, eating grits. Collard greens, pig's feet on her stomach. So, let's see. You're really exposing Dave Chappelle right now.
To this club after, and I remember I had a one of the most embarrassing moments for me of all of this, like, fame and is
Of all
I was
this
in this
fame.
club in Australia, and it's me and Dave Chappelle literally just standing by ourselves, two of us, his buddies DJing, and this Aussie, like 17-year-old Aussie kid, or maybe a little bit older, comes up to me in front of Dave and goes, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" Because he's a youth.
Oh, so you were in a kids club for 17-year-olds. You were in the nightclub after the comedy show, after dinner, at the nightclub. It must have been 3 a.m. And a 17-year-old kid comes up to you. This is quite the club. Is this part of school? So that's very odd. Did he say what time in the morning this was by the time they got to the club? He might have even said that. So what's this 17-year-old kid doing at the nightclub? Which has to be after, if it's after the comedy show, after a late dinner that got hooked up with the Aussie Wagyu, and now you're at the club for a DJ set. This could be 2, 3 in the
It's
morning.
like how in Australia, Christmas is reversed. Or it's... The seasons are reversed.
Yes,
so in
yes.
Australia,
Oh,
the kids are
okay.
in the clubs at night, and the parents are in school during the day.
During the day, of course.
Comes up to me in front of Dave and goes, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" Because he's a youth, because he's a new age YouTube. And I wanted to say, dude, do you know who you're in front of right now?
Okay, so what he's saying is, He's out there with Dave Chappelle, and a fan comes up to Big Mike asking for his autograph instead of Dave Chappelle. Wow. So it turns out I'm almost like a bigger celebrity than Dave Chappelle. It's just about, people and places.
I wanted to say, dude, do you know who you're in front of right now? This is the greatest.
But I didn't. I took all the glory and then said, what can I say, Dave? We're pretty big. You wanted to say, do you know who you're standing next to right now?
Comic of all time, potentially. Like, are you? And I think I did. I think I pulled him around and said that to him. But, dude, it's that has always been my forte. So as far as like the combo of me and Logan is concerned, he's always been the business side. He's always been the strategic mind. He's always been the pull, and I'm the handshaker. And truthfully, like there's a bunch of compared.
Does it ever work out well for the handshaker? Does it ever work out well in these films for the handshaker? The slick talking, handshaking man. Those hands are going to shake eventually.
And complimentary. He's like, you've got Fanatics with Michael Rubin. He's got a right hand named Will Macris, who is incredible.
There's that flow of names.
Handshakes and room work. That is my bread and butter.
Room work.
I love that.
Handshakes and room work. That's my bread and butter. And he's throwing out a few names. Before you wake up in the morning, do you like read a list of names and then like memorize them and try to fit them in as if it's good vocab or something? These names these guys throw out. Listen to that.
At handshakes and room work. That is my bread and butter. That is what I do. If I told you how many of the guests that were on Impulsive that were relationships of mine that were brought on because I had spent 3 days with them. And
if you told them what, would they jump for joy? Well, yes, they would. They're kids. And they have jumped for joy over much less. So if I told you the guest that I brought on that knew me instead of Logan, it would what? Be a new piece of information or be so amazing to hear that?
Ships of mine that were brought on because I had spent 3 days with them in Vegas and out every night at XS and,
oh yeah, he's out every night.
They were going
excess.
to fly into
That's
Saudi Arabia, and I said, okay, I have
Saudi
to plug
Arabia
in Riyadh or in Jeddah, and I connect them with Faisal. Shout out Faisal, and I've worked every.
Shout out Demna. And where's Demna now? I hope okay. But yes, this is how you get in trouble. You know who has a bunch of names? Kanye. He's always doing this too. You don't want to know that many people.
Could go to
Country on this
42
planet.
minutes.
42 minutes. Here we go. Any setup needed
This is
for
just
this?
more of the end of that part.
More of this.
Is just priority control, which obviously even in certain cases like Beast is a failure on my part, but like managing the alligator closest to the boat.
How does someone get started networking like that, assuming they have no connections, no podcast? They just want to meet great people who are levels above them.
I think every city has players. They're not us, right? But like in Orange, Connecticut, which is like a city of probably 20,000 people, there's someone there that is connected to someone above them. It's to an extent, like I hate to use the term, but like they call it ladder climbing. And
listen
what
to
I'm
this.
saying? Like one room just is simply going to put you in the next one. And the first room is not going to be attractive. It's not, it wasn't for me. My first room might have been an AA meeting. Like the first person that ever gave me a chance was this lady named Denise who was doing freelance work with AOL. And she was like, I just like your energy. I think you're a good person. And I want to give you a chance to take pictures and writing about local businesses. You know what I'm saying? And now the room is Mar-a-Lago. You know what I'm saying?
Now the room is Mar-a-Lago. And he cuts to the Trump interview. And here he is selling his whole family down the river so that he could be in the room. Now
His
the room's
mom lost her
Mar-a-Lago.
Medicare because of this interview.
Yeah. So were you on Epstein's Island? Are you on this client list that they're talking about? You seem like you'd be on that list.
What if Trump is protecting Mike?
Trump is protecting Big Mike, so he met him in the interview. he was going to release the Epstein files.
But then Mike
met
worked
Big
the
Mike,
room.
read his book, said, we got to keep this guy out of jail. The world needs this guy. And he decided to risk it all to save you. And this is when Mike, of course, had that woman's bush up there, that little afro. I couldn't believe when he walked out like this. Could not believe it for President Trump.
That's the only time he's looked like that in his life.
Now the room's Mar-a-Lago. You made for when you went there to do the podcast for when he was doing
there.
Well,
he worked the room. Look
He
at his
worked the
book. He's
room.
fucking working.
That's true. Look at that.
He said
look
that.
what you were wearing. Look what you were wearing.
Or it's you know, somewhere in Abu Dhabi. You know what I'm saying? Or,
Oh, that sounds good. You sure you want to connect all these people? Abu Dhabi, Trump.
They like place a little beeping bomb on his shoulder on the plane
Yeah,
back.
he's
and then
going to
when
get it.
he
I
gets to
guarantee
Mar-a-Lago,
he's got himself cooked up in an international frenzy with someone. Have you ever seen La Machina?
Yes.
The movie? One of our favorite movies. It's called La Machina. It's this Russian gangster movie. Woof, is it wild? That's a badass film.
Agree.
But yes, you're living like that. You're La Machina.
Okay, go to
Got deals now.
108.40.
Wow. Boy, they're really good listeners. Look at this. What do we got here? We've got the double connect. Did you see this? I've been eyeing this double connect.
Whoa.
You've got one line here and one line here and nothing in the middle there. So his mustache
It's like
is
a
literally...
cutout bikini strap.
Yeah, it really is.
He's looking how fucking happy. he
Look at
is.
him. I mean, really, look at that.
He has not gotten to dish like this in a long time. He's been too depressed to go on any other podcasts. Logan and Jeff won't hear it.
I mean, really, look at him. It's like a pumpkin carving almost. Wow. Abu Dhabi. Demna.
Okay, he's going to teach us about nightlife, so listen up.
This is good. This is new Mike stuff.
$30 million house in Miami as well, but
Yeah.
he's at a level where he can do that, but he stays here. He can stay anywhere he wants in the world. He can go to Monaco. He can go anywhere he wants to. He lives here because no matter what you say, if you're playing in that echelon, you own in Brentwood, you own in Palisades or Malibu, because
He's saying, why do you still,
you know,
they asked him, why do you still live in LA?
Why do you still live in it? Yeah,
And
if
he's
you want to
saying
play
rich
in that echelon, you got to be in Brentwood. You got to be in Malibu. That's the name of the game here. You got to be around the people to con the people.
Palisades or Malibu, because it's you know, there's people in Miami. Don't get me wrong. We just did a show with Tom Brady. He's got a great house, and
Oh, that looks like a nice, safe, non-illegal place. Look at this. Anybody who lives on this disgusting river in Miami, I mean, might as well be the Epstein client list. This whole stretch of land, every house, every person involved, anyone who's visited, lock them up. You want to talk about a list? You got a list right here. Imagine. I mean, this is like where those freak parties were. This is really it. It doesn't get much more deceitful than this little piece of land.
you know, there's a number of people who have homes there, but the two coastal centers are still New York and LA. And so as you continue to spend time with these people and network with these people and work those rooms, I go to membership clubs here in New York. I'm at Zero Bond in New York.
I go to membership clubs. We're not talking Sam's or Costco. I'm part of a membership club too. Yeah, it's called, well, I actually dropped out. It was too lame. Costco. Not for me. Not for us.
It wasn't.
Costco, man, you guys are getting had at that Costco. Get the hell out of Costco now. Boy, are you getting... Can't even say it. Maybe you deserve Costco if you haven't figured it out yourself. It took us one visit to go, oh, this is a scam. Let's get the hell out of here. So he's part of members clubs. Now, this is an interesting part of Big Mike's new arc here. member clubs. This is the new member clubs are the new. This is like Stefan. Talk about Graham Stephan. We've got Stefan from SNL here talking about New York's hottest clubs. Wait till you hear these.
So as you continue to spend time with these people and network with these people and work those rooms, I go to membership clubs here in New York. I'm at Zero Bond in New York. I go to Living Room here and Bird Streets. And
Why do you go to these membership clubs?
Wow. Can I get that as a sound drop? Because that could be useful for a million things. Why do you go to these membership clubs? So remember, he goes to Living Room, Bashan, Ivy. What were the names?
I go to membership clubs here in New York. I'm at Zero Bond in New York. I go to Living Room here and Bird Streets. And
Why do you go to these membership clubs?
that's where everybody's kind of hanging out now. The nightlife has moved towards membership clubs.
So what is that?
Every city has 3 or 4 good membership clubs that you have to pay.
Rockville, Minnesota has Stonies.
Damn. No pedophiles allowed.
No pedophiles allowed. Get the hell out of my bar before I whip your ass.
That you have to pay a annual dues to, and you have to be accepted into the club. And certain ones are harder to get into than others. But basically, there's usually a really good restaurant. There's a really good lounge. You can host meetings there. And it's where kind of like the upper echelon of people
Upper
go.
echelon.
And so like, I can give you every city. Like this is like my world, right? So I can give you every
This
city.
is his world, right? These membership clubs. Wait till you hear this. This is his world. This is where he goes to see and be seen.
It's
If you're out on the street
I like-
anywhere and you just go to Mark Norman, for example, you
Yeah.
go membership club. He goes, Big Mike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Instant association.
Oh, sure. Everybody knows him.
give you every city. Like this is like my world, right? So I can give you every city. It's LA has a place called Bird Streets. There's San Vicente. There's a bunch of like older ones, but right now it's like Bird Streets and a place called Living Room. And Living Room is extremely selective. Like I have to go do interviews to try to have a committee vote me in right now. And
I
that's
thought you already attend. He has to go do interviews. So if it's extremely selective, why would they ever select you? Doesn't really make any sense. It can't be extremely selective. It's just very shittily selective if they're picking you. Now you're going for interview after interview to try to get into Living Room. Okay. A home away from home, Living Room.
selective. Like I have to go do interviews to try to have a committee vote me in right now. And that, so Living Room is, I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about this. Maybe, I don't care, but maybe it'll, I'm sure they're fine with it, but it's like maybe $4,000 for the year, right?
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not crazy.
Yeah.
Then you've got in Vegas, they're opening Zero Bond. Will be at the
What is
Wynn. Zero Bond is a New York-based membership club, but there's one opening in Vegas. Oh yeah, you should know about this.
Yeah.
I'll connect you to the
Okay.
guys there.
How much is that?
About the same, maybe 3,000 or 3,500. That'll be at the Wynn, so members only.
Do you just go whenever you want, or is
Yeah.
it scheduled meetings at
No,
certain
you can go
days?
whenever you want.
They're not letting you in there.
Imagine
No
Graham
kids.
Stephan haggling at like the car dealership and stuff. Like this is
Seriously.
the kind of guy who will fight you
Yes.
over.
Tooth and nail, and he's going to fight over that membership fee in the meeting where they see if you're good enough to be here.
And
You
he's
know.
like, so I used to sell furniture. He's like the type of guy who'd argue with you for like the whole day. And then
Yes.
after he's like made you want to cry, he'll be like, you got to do it. You just got to ask.
Yep.
Respect.
Yep.
What is it, just like a hangout?
It's a hangout, it's a lounge, but like
Wait till
you're,
you
you know,
hear
it's Travis Scott is at that table, and then the next one over is, you know, like Michael
Like
Rubin.
Soho
It's-
House?
Yeah,
Is it
but
similar?
super elevated, not Soho House, because it
Okay.
is like Soho House, but it's whereas the pricing is about the same. They're more selective in their process of accepting people. So you can't. It's
So
not,
you're kind of on the same level as Travis Scott then. It's a very small club, super exclusive. It's Travis Scott, Michael Rubens,
And Mike.
and you. Very selective.
just because you can write that you have to be accepted into the place.
Got it. Okay.
You have to be usually nominated by or referred by 2 or more guests, and then you have to be accepted by the committee at the club. most of the time.
Makes me want to do it.
No, they're
I
cool.
want to do
No,
the
they're
Vegas
cool.
one.
Do you guys do the circle of the men there? I wonder if they do the circle of the men. The circling of the men, I think it's called. So let's see. They're going to ask him a question. This is going to kind of blow this whole thing up here coming up.
Accepted by the committee at the club most of the time.
Makes me want to do it.
No, they're
I
cool.
want to do
No,
the
they're
Vegas
cool.
one. I
They're
want to do
cool.
the Vegas,
The Vegas one is
Okay.
where you want to be for you.
Yeah.
And then in New York, you've got.
So, but Mike, I thought it's Travis Scott level people. Makes me want to do it. I want to do the Vegas one. Why? Because you live in Vegas? Pussy. Do the New York one. Why would you do the Vegas one?
The
They're
Vegas
cool.
one.
They're
I want to do
cool.
the Vegas.
The Vegas one is
Okay.
where you want to be for you.
Yeah.
And then in New York, you've got Zero Bond is a great one in New York, but then Crane Club is a Tao establishment, so Crane Club's been crushing it in New York. All of it is built off of a very London feel. And London is a
The very London feel. It's all basically built around the very London feel. Is that an industry term? A London feel club?
all of it is built off of a very London feel. And London is a very, very membership heavy city. And so if you're not at a membership club in London, you're really not doing the right thing.
Oh.
It's not like you're going to like clubs and bars.
Really?
There's Annabelle is probably the most famous membership club in the world. I mean, you're talking about some people dropping $1 million to $2 million to get into a special section of Annabelle, which has unguarded Picassos on the wall. Like it's the real deal. Then there's a place called 22 in London. There's a place called Art.
You know, Travis Kelce had this amazing joke about Picasso. Basically goes like this. Did you know that Picasso, was around in the 70s and he actually had Mountain Dew? That's a Travis Kelce original joke about Picasso that I caught Joe List stealing from him. And I have proof coming up.
Club, and they serve some of the best Otoro and some of great steaks, and it's just good conversation, good people, protected, secure. Where I was at Bird Streets a couple weeks ago, and Taylor and Travis came in, and they're just sitting there, and they don't have to worry about who they're next to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do. You were there.
And now
So
you're
it's
telling
me,
everybody.
Travis Kelce, Travis Scott, Taylor, me, probably you guys, Graham Stefan and the little kid that's with him. You guys would probably be a good fit. Debrat.
Yeah.
I mean, they should in my circumstance. Like, who's this idiot? But it's an interesting dynamic, and I don't currently belong to any. I'm finally making I will get the Zero Bond.
how are you
Vegas
in
one.
there then?
Wow. Listen to this. I don't currently belong to any, but
Belong to any. I'm finally making I will get the Zero Bond.
How are you
Vegas
in
one.
there then?
And you can go as guests. You can go with anyone who has a membership.
Oh,
my.
man.
The hottest ticket in town, Club Bond. Me personally, am not a member of any of these clubs. Who invites you?
Probably Travis.
Have you been maybe to one of these clubs once? Possibly. And then heard about the rest? Well, yes.
You'll get the Zero Bond.
How are you
Vegas
in
one.
there then?
You can go as guests. You can go with anyone who has a membership.
So is that the shift from night?
Ooh, you didn't like that, huh? Wait a minute, he says. Look at this.
Go as guests. You can go with anyone who has a membership.
So is that the
Holy shit.
You kind of assumed that he was the member.
You don't really like how that played out, and now you're kind of questioning.
Now you're
his
kind of
other
going,
stories.
I have no chance of getting in the Vegas one. I don't think you're getting in. But you should. I mean, you're just as worthy as Taylor Swift.
It's
Who
true.
did the Eras tour.
You can go as guests. You can go with anyone who has a membership.
So is that the shift from nightlife right now has gone
Okay,
from like
now
clubs?
go
and-
to 147.15.
And it's like, Graham Stefan, this is supposed to be a show about real estate.
That
And
guy's
you're like, I want to be a nightclub man. You're not going to any nightclubs. You're too damn young. All right, what was the time here?
141.30. Now we're gonna pivot to dating,
Dating.
which I love.
If there's anything Big Mike knows about, it's dating. He had one relationship with Lana Rhoades. It was psychotic. She drank from a bowl of urine once. And then his second relationship was Sarah, who he got dumped by. Outside of that, he has not had a relationship. So that is the entirety of his dating history since we've met him. Lana Rhoades, who basically became obsessed with him in a very Chucky-like manner. You know, a very voodoo manner. And then this Sarah, and that ended terribly. So I don't think we really need your advice on dating. You've just been weeping about your love life for the last 2 years.
So you're saying in order to get the initial interest, you have to act kind of like apathetic towards them, like you're kind of it is what it is.
Oh, no, they're actually trying to get tips and tricks on how to get chicks. Is that what's happening right now? I want to back this
Yes.
up.
Yeah, maybe go back a little bit farther.
Because this is pretty wild. They're asking Big Mike for the secret to success in the bedroom.
The more like effort the more you show that you actually like are like affected by any kind of outcome, like it shows so much. Like if I'm not saying to play games if you're trying to get into a serious relationship. If you're in a relationship mindset, then it makes sense to be upfront and thorough and say like, hey, listen, I care about you. Like, why don't we do this? And then to fully lock in and not try to not look like you care. Like that's your partner, be a partner, right? And I just did that for the past 2 years.
Wait, so you're saying in order to get the initial interest, you have to act kind of like apathetic towards them, like you're kind of it is what it is. If they do something to try to test you to see if they can get a reaction, you're just like it's not a big deal. And is that stuff that they do that you have to be not?
Graham's looking at him like, it's pointless. We're never going to figure this shit out. It's pointless.
Affected by, or is it just everything in your life you have to be not affected by?
This is like this. I hate talking about this. We're gonna talk about it, but I hate talking about this because I don't like people ever feeling like I'm like bragging about stuff. It's like a really big insecurity of mine. I know that. No,
the one thing I hate the most is like bragging, you know? It's just like so gross. But I will do the bragging all the time.
appreciate that. It's a huge insecurity of mine. And like, I like, it's one of the reasons why I wear a rubber band and I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wear a watch and this
is like when Ethan Klein said on the show, when have I ever lied once? What the fuck? I've never gotten mad before. The one thing I don't do is brag. It's like really gross. Are you sure?
I appreciate that. It's a huge insecurity of mine. And like, like, it's one of the reasons why I wear a rubber band and I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wear a watch and
but you have,
you don't have to wear something in place of a watch to not have a watch. I just wear a rubber band. It's actually like more attention seeking than trying to get like outdo someone with an expensive. Everyone has an expensive watch, so it's actually like more. Whoa, what's going on with this guy?
Is that like a members club thing?
And he won't. You know why he won't wear a watch? Again, something happened where he got shaken down. He's been getting mugged. He's been getting robbed.
He doesn't even carry a wallet or keys. He just has like a different one hidden at every location.
Yes.
So his pockets can always be empty.
He is so spooked about something happened at that house where he is afraid to carry anything of value on him. Which is weird for one of these membership guys.
wear a rubber band and I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't wear a watch and I just,
But you have evidence. I mean,
Dude,
we have here that
it's-
you dated the most Googled woman on the internet, right?
yeah.
I wish they would have shown the drink from the bowl scene. You know, they could have stupidly
I
done
think that
too.
they use AI to edit their podcast because they did an ad for like an AI clipping service. So
Oh,
it would
really?
Not surprise
Oh,
me
wow.
if they were doing that.
Interesting.
And imagine if the AI
AI just picked Lana Rose
drink.
drinking from that giant clear Pyrex bowl of urine.
You dated the most Googled woman on the internet, right?
Yeah.
So you have evidence of being decent with this.
Sure. And
Wow.
yeah, definitely. And among, many other great women for sure.
Remember, Mike, this is an insecurity, what you're doing right now. No bragging. Dude, bragging is like one of the biggest insecurities I have.
I mean,
So
who
you
will?
you mean you do brag and you're insecure about it? No, I don't brag at all because it's one of my insecurities that I avoid.
Yeah,
But
you know, of
basically-
course.
yeah,
Not
for
men
sure.
downplaying
Men too,
everybody
yeah.
else.
Yeah, for sure. But so basically what I say is this. There's just so many like push and pull mechanisms as it pertains to those like initial meetings with women and the early phases. And like for me, it's like with girls that I talk to, like I always have like a absolute perfect level, like right where oil meets water, like a perfect level of mix between compliment and playful banter. And that means like I'm generally like talking a little bit of shit, like messing around, but in a way that's making them laugh, like, and making them feel comfortable to do the same back to me. Like if you watch any of my content with either of my last exes, like we're usually poking fun at each other in a fun way. So I'm doing that early on. Like I'm picking out like little funny things, and you gotta be careful with this. You know, it's never, it's you gotta be, like, anyways. You're really not trying to appear in the beginning like you don't care. You just really need to kind of not care in the beginning. Like
Okay,
you
go
know,
up to
the-
14700.
And remember, this playful banter is just him and his girlfriend dissing each other all day because they don't know how to talk to each other normally. Because they have nothing in common. Okay, what is this one? 147?
147 15.
147.50.
15.
15.
Just do 14700.
Here we go. Play it.
Yes.
the idea that is an outcome that you even want in life necessarily.
Yeah.
I think guys want to experience it, but it's another thing that you can certainly get to. It's another thing that I've, it's like when you have, I say this, I wrote this in my second book that I haven't published obviously or had anybody read anything of, but I said, men grow up with this desire to every girl in the world.
Wow.
And for a very,
Not
very
Denny.
select group of people, they are dealt the curse of actually having the ability to do so, because it's
The curse of having to sleep with thousands of beautiful women. Oh, the curse put upon me. This is what he's trying to say. He has slept
To
with
these
two.
boys.
He's slept with two psychopaths. I don't think it's really even gone further than that. And then he bothers people like Ashley Schwann around Coachella until he goes home crying.
so because it devalues and devolves such a beautiful thing, which is a relationship between a man and a woman, into something that becomes almost gamified and
Marriage is a relationship between a man and a woman. Got it.
He's getting himself all down.
Look at that. He just started getting down.
and devolves such a beautiful thing, which is a relationship between a man and a woman, into something that becomes almost gamified and
Wow.
it seems very attractive from the outside, but I can assure you it's a very empty thing if you're doing it for that reason. If you're doing it to try to find a partner, then certainly. But hopefully you don't need to play games to do that.
How much on average do you spend on a first date?
Probably like $700 or $800.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I love that. Graham Stefan, who has sold $120 million in real estate. Here's the amount of $700, because to him that's ridiculous for a girl. I mean,
And he's married, by the way.
he's married.
His
Does your
wife.
wife know that you go 700? So you've never spent that on a
He
girl.
only takes her on a date when he has like a coupon to the place.
Yeah, really. Listen to this answer again.
Then certainly. But hopefully you don't need to play games to do that.
How much on average do you spend on a first date?
Probably like $700 or $800.
Oh, wow.
I mean, Graham. Does your wife know you said, oh man, to that? Good God. That money could be saved, right? It could be saved.
I got a hotel yesterday so that she
What
could
is he
change
saving the money
before-
for? He has leukemia.
It's like, Graham, you spend the fucking money now, bro. Really? And this little kid's white t-shirt is not doing you any favor. I know he thinks this is like an upscale white t-shirt and he thinks he's like dressing up wearing this. No. You've been played.
Oh, wow.
I got a hotel yesterday so that she could change before Nova and we didn't stay at it.
Whoa.
If
Was
I'm
it a
gonna
nice
do
hotel?
it, yeah, but we went there after, so
She
she
couldn't
could get
change
cleaned
the
up.
rest.
Well, you went there after then. So it wasn't just for her to get changed. You went there after.
Listen to Graham.
Look at Graham.
If
Was it
I'm
a
gonna
nice
do
hotel?
It, yeah, but we went there after, so
She couldn't
could get
change in
cleaned
the
up.
restroom?
Change in the shitter.
Like where?
What's wrong with this girl?
Like
She
a
couldn't
public
sleep.
bathroom?
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Bro,
She had to change for like a big gala. So,
she's about to turn tricks
did.
for Dave Chappelle.
yes. She couldn't get changed in the stall? Jesus, what a waste of money. Imagine your wife. And by the way, whatever wife he has married him because she thought money. She didn't marry him for his really cool looks. She didn't marry a small child with a kid's cut unless she thought, well, at least he's got some money. And you won't even open that wallet for her? To me, there is nothing more sick than a husband that has stipulations on how much he spends on his wife. That is especially when you're like this, when you're like a Denny, when you're somebody so vile, you know, that they have to go through with the act of kissing you and hugging, being naked with you. For them to do all that and then you close those purse straps, that's despicable. That could never be forgiven.
Change before Nova and we didn't stay at it. If I'm
Was it
gonna
a nice
do
hotel?
it, yeah, but we went there after, so
She
could
couldn't
get
change in the
cleaned up.
restroom?
I don't know why I did that. I did it because I wanted to just have a home base, and it's Malibu's far. It's so
Okay,
I just,
so you
it's
had-
I mean,
pretty-
these are people, Big Mike's like in a private jet every day. And I don't know why, for the life of me, I did the craziest thing to get a hotel room for sleeping and changing. I know. It's irresponsible. I know.
Why are you he wanted to brag about this hotel room and Graham is making him feel nervous?
Oh, yeah. Well, because Big Mike also wants to
be.
be looked at as like a very responsible man as well.
insane.
Okay,
I'm not
so-
gonna lie to you. I if I do dates, I rarely do dates. Most of the time, it's like, yo, come meet me at Barney's or
Or what?
this Ibiza trip that we're going on. There's like 10 girls coming on it, and probably like
He had a
there's
blast,
probably been
by
like a
the
collect.
way.
The more girls with you on your Ibiza trip, the worse the trip is. It only becomes tackier. In fact, more than 3 Instagram models in a group together at once is very tacky. We've got another timer here.
Eye drop
We've got
time.
another timer. This is an eye drop. Yeah, we got to throw on some music. I don't have the screen anymore, so throw on a little break screen. We'll be right back after this drop. Once I get the eye drop in, it'll be different. Once I get this eye drop in, it'll...
In the city, remember you used to drive a Yukon. I pick up whenever you call.
Oh, it's
In the parking lot in Tucson.
Frank Ocean, right? Hold on.
You just said Tucson.
In the phantom with the roof gone. I pull up like Jimmy Neutron.
Frank Ocean finally released new music.
Like you haul, and I know
We're back.
you like to go slow.
Okay, so here he is. This is the music that's playing in Mike's little hotel room here. Where did we leave off here? What was he saying?
Oh my God, are you okay?
Of course. What was he saying?
He was talking about the hotel rooms, dates. Oh, his Ibiza trip.
Great. Okay, let's kill the Ibiza music. And yes, he's bringing 10 girls out to Ibiza. Let's hear
There's
this.
like 10 girls coming on it, and probably like there's probably been like a collective like 150,000 spent on just that group.
What's the most you've ever spent on a first date?
Thousands. I mean, for first dates have sometimes been like meet me at you know the meet me at Van Nuys, jet to Vegas, 3 nights away at Encore's Tower Suites.
Yet the time you got a hotel was out of control and wild. I don't get it. You just told stories that like make buying a hotel look like buying a Pepsi. So what was the hotel story? I know it was crazy, $700 for the hotel just to change and sleep at for one night. Wild. And now you're talking about a $150,000 trip to Ibiza where you're flying to Van Nuys?
Dinner at Delilah, night out. Maybe
First
I give her.
date?
Maybe
How do you know you're gonna like
because
her?
it's not a date for me.
How
It's
do you
like because that's not how I don't.
How do you know you even like her? To spend that much money on a first date? These guys really aren't getting it.
It's not a date for me. What is it then? A pimping?
What? He is like a certified pimp. Why are you going to Ibiza with 10 women and spending 150 grand? And there's also some like corporation behind this. What is this for?
Maybe
First
I give her.
date?
Maybe
How do you know you're
yeah,
gonna like
because
her?
it's not a date for me.
How
It's
do you
like because that's not how I don't work like that. I'm crazy. I'm actually like not even showing you guys, but like I'm actually like I will talk to a girl online or whatever, or meet a girl for 5 minutes in passing at Erewhon or something and be like, yo, like, do you want to go to Vegas? Like it is a first date, and like I don't know if I'm gonna like them or not. And by the way, I might not like them.
And what do you do?
I
if you
might
don't
get
like it?
halfway into the because I always will be cool with them.
Graham?
It doesn't
Will you
matter.
just send them?
Graham is like enthralled by this. Like he cannot get over this. He's like shutting down almost, thinking about the possibilities that he never knew existed. Fly to Vegas on a I mean, we're doing it all wrong.
He's disgusted. He hates this kind of excess.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's like, cringe.
Who is his? Do we have a picture of his wife out there? She a public
And what do you
figure?
do?
I might
don't
get
like it.
halfway into the because I always will be cool with them. It
But
doesn't
will you
matter.
just send them away? Or?
No, never. No,
But
I'm
then
the
what if
ni-
you find a different girl that you do like?
It's
When you're,
happened. It's happened.
and what happens
Certainly
in that scenario?
happened. Maybe the girl that I brought to Vegas has their own hotel room, and I don't know. Like it's 100% happened. It actually happens a lot. Where the girl that you thought you were gonna be interested in has a friend, and that happens.
Have you ever been on a first date and the girl just like orders the nicest bottle of wine and
No.
you're like, well, hold on a second.
Not really. It's no, because I don't. I can spot that before I get to the table.
What are the red flags?
The glamorous life. That would really get under Graham's skin if the woman on the date with him, which should be getting about $1 million in return for being on the date with you, you would be so mad if she got the most expensive bottle of wine. And what's to him, like $80 is pretty high for wine. when you could get it for $12.99.
And how come everybody always assumes that the girl is just like so wine hungry that she has to have the most expensive bottle? If a girl is ordering the most expensive thing, that's a test for you to pass.
Yeah.
It's not a test she's passing. That's her test.
I mean, and I doubt any girl would do that. Give me
And
the
Mike
most
would buy it
expensive
in a
bottle.
second.
Of course, Big Mike would buy it inside. I mean, why wouldn't you? Why would you even think about something like that?
Oh, I try to weed them out.
It's all on the arm.
Oh, because I could spot that before I get to the table.
What are the red flags?
How they act in conversation, because you get like how they talk, the things they talk about, the subject of the conversation, how they talk about their friends, how they talk about other people, what they do for work. Like, dude, if you just miraculously came back from Dubai and I don't know why you were there and you
talk about
posted
red
a
flag.
new Hermes bag, I'm probably not going to go to dinner with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably not going to be like, hey, let's go out.
But you just got back from Dubai.
Oh, really, dude?
Asshole.
No.
If you just got back from Dubai and you've got an Hermes bag, it's like red flag. Only I may come back from Dubai.
Hermes bag, I'm probably not going to go to dinner with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably not going to be like, hey, let's go out, let's go. Because you got to understand, once again, these aren't dates. I'm almost like, I don't have any kind of intent. Like, I don't really, if things progress and something happens and there's this or that, and that is why when I say trying is the worst part, because they know that. They know I'm just trying to curate a good time for myself, my friends, and them. Or even just myself and them. Like last night, I didn't say, hey, it was really nice meeting you. And I was just thinking, maybe if you're not busy, I was just like, yo, this girl came here for 3 days. She's from Miami. I was like, have you been to Nobu Malibu? Do you want to go there? We went there. It was cool. She left this morning on a flight back to Miami. You know what I'm saying? They're not dates. They're just
They're just having a great time.
Yeah, they're just having a great time
they're
connecting, join the network. Maybe I'm going to go to
The network of women? He's got binders of women. Join the network. Part of the Dubai to Van Nuys traffic. It's like traffic of women, literally bumper to bumper traffic of women. But it's more of a network of just really shady people from Saudi Arabia.
Bangladesh in 6 months and want to bring a few people to come hang out, and they all say to their friends, I love Mike, he's so much fun.
When are we going to see him in the news? He's getting a public lashing in one of these countries, for being too loud.
People to come hang out, and they all say to their friends, I love Mike, he's so much fun, he's super just chill about everything, and he just, and so for me, it's just always it's never it doesn't feel like a date, dude. It just feels like I'm with one of the homies, you know what I'm saying? And it just happens to be a hot girl, So it's different. I don't really know how to explain it to people that live lives that make sense. You know what I'm saying? And mine doesn't, and it never has. And
he might be part of a sex trafficking ring that he doesn't even know that that's what it is.
No.
He's
being used.
He's the guy who brings the briefcase and doesn't know what's inside, the drop. You're talking about literally trafficking women all over the world, back and forth, with hundreds of thousands of dollars.
There's a guy who always remains in shadow who reaches his arm out and goes,
yeah.
I just need you to curate a good time for everyone.
Yes.
Okay?
Why
That's
are you
all
bringing
need to
10
worry
women
about.
to Ibiza? Why are you bringing groups of women anywhere, let alone all over the world, to Saudi Arabia and Bangladesh? Are you sure in this climate you want that kind of information out there? Look into it.
It never will.
What's the biggest waste of money you've ever spent?
Girls. No, I don't know. Cars for
Can we
sure.
go to
Cars are the worst.
159.10?
Girls, the biggest waste of money. Big Mike. Can that be a quote? Can somebody make that one of the TikTok clips? What's the biggest waste of money you've ever done? Girls. That's nice. What's the time code?
1:59:10.
Here we go.
When you've been at a restaurant too long, it's time to move locations. Like, like I was on a date last night. I have funny stories. Oh my God. The manager, the GM at Nobu Malibu got swapped out. That was my guy. I could sit on the rail being on the rail at Nobu Malibu
God.
That is where you want to do your date.
What is the rail?
I want to tell you something. This Nobu Malibu, we went there on a Saturday, pulled up, walked right in and got seated. It's a restaurant. You don't have to be special to go there. You just need to go there. They have locations in the Phoenix Mall. He's like, I heard Robert De Niro is
Plus,
one
nice
of the owners.
trick that your guy, who's the manager, always just left.
Yeah.
How many?
My good buddy just left. He would have hooked us up. So it's just as good as having it, happen. So
that is where you want to do your date.
What is the rail?
It means you're on the water. You're literally
there
sitting.
It is. It's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? I can see right now, close my eyes, I see a family of 6 sitting there.
2 kids that are loud.
2 kids that are loud. And that really is what's happening there. There's nobody cool is going here anymore. That was probably 12, 15 years ago when the Kardashians and Kanye went there. This is a family dinner spot now.
Table, rail, waves crashing on the sunsetting beach at Nobu Malibu. So I had my GM there, and I would text him and be like, day of. And Nobu Malibu in itself is a tough res, but that's even a sit inside. Then there's tier 2, which is outside. Then there's tier 3, which is like close. Then there's the rail, right? And the rail's usually, it's like there's Tiesto and there's this person. So I get there last night, and I had to do it through the GM in Newport, and he had to set me up. And
Sounds a lot like Snowpiercer. The way this system is set up.
Inside, and they say, Mike, welcome, here's your table. And it's like tier 2. And so I'm like, okay, so now I'm like,
all right, bring out Vitali and tell him this has all been a prank. Start spitting in his face. I mean, you're so lucky that these 2 boys, ate this up.
Fine, like there's no issue. We're still here, but like I like to show up as much as possible. So, we order some edamame, she gets a drink, whatever, and then I say I got to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to the bathroom. I'm going to the hostess stand.
He thinks edamame is a delicacy. Whoa, pods.
GM, hey, listen, man, like I was close with Troy. Like I know we don't know each other on that level yet, but like this is the first day. 5 minutes later,
correct me if I'm wrong. Is knowing somebody who works at a restaurant cool? I mean, they're working at a restaurant. It's really not that glamorous. Dude, I know the GM of a restaurant. Whoa. So that's like not the owner at all? Exactly, just runs like a ton he just does a lot of work. He's just got a really busy job at a restaurant.
I know we don't know each other on that level yet, but like this is the first day. 5 minutes later, waitress comes to the table. Hey, we're just gonna move your stuff. Like you guys can get up and go to the table on the rail. We're just gonna move your stuff over for you. You know what I'm saying? So like it gets to a point where you're doing micro calculations that involve other people on dates even. So like,
but if this girl is impressed by that, then is that a good or a bad?
If she's impressed, I don't know. It depends on what you're after. I just got out of a relationship. I don't know what the hell I'm doing at this point. I'm just I wasn't even aiming to have anything happen necessarily. Like I like going out and having company and eating good food but I like to do everything by utilizing the relationships that I have the best I can and showing up in the best way I can. And so that's advice certainly to people who are trying to talk to, like, do the best you can to set up for success. Truthfully, like people think chivalry's, I made the mistake. I was paying the valet guy. I forgot to go around and open the door for him.
Jesus Christ.
Only two more left. 21401.
1401. The valet guy, another big ticket guy. It would be very exciting to meet. No way.
What's a valid criticism your mom would give you?
Oh my God. She definitely like doesn't like me like she definitely thinks I spend too much time with girls and just like wasting time on like that's like not super. And ironically, she might say that and this could be
his mom is like Requiem for a Dream. You know, that lady sat outside and she started getting crooked with the lipstick and stuff. I can imagine her right now.
Biggest weakness.
Michael, you spend too much time with those girls. You're spending all your time with all those girls, Michael. Come home to mom.
And ironically, she might say that and this could potentially even be true. Like she might say that she might say that I care too much about myself.
Wow.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she would say that. I don't know. I called her today and I literally only asked about her the whole time specifically because one thing, my biggest strength, dude, truthfully, is my awareness. Like I'm super aware of like places.
If you have, that really shows a lot. Like most parents want to hear what their kids are doing. They don't mind. It's not like, when do I get to talk? If your mom is at the when do I get to talk level of a parent-kid relationship, that means you be talking a lot. To sicken a parent, to annoy a parent with you. I mean, that's pretty much their whole, remember they say that's all they live for, these kids. So a mom's got to be pretty exhausted to go, when do I ever get to tell you about something?
Where I'm starting to like
that was
mess
my
up.
last time code.
Yeah,
his biggest strength is his awareness.
My biggest strength is that, I'm just too self-aware. So, yeah, totally. Big Mike, everybody. Tell him we did this. Show him what you saw here today and let him know. Be like, oh, man, yeah, it's getting real brutal out there. Things are getting bad. You got to be worried. And I wonder, my conspiracies have been pretty dead on tonight. I bet you this thing about Big Mike ducking some bad guys could be partially true at the very least. Big Mike, love them. Should we do it? Should we do some Kill Tony?
Amazing.
Celebrate. Put some celebratory music on with me. And let's have a quick dance. Quick puff. I got to show you some of this stuff from Kill Tony. The show, the hardest show to watch on television this year for us, I would say Tires. And second to Tires is Kill Tony, which is funny because we tire of Kill Tony very quickly when we watch the show. We're always excited to see it. But it ain't no H3 with Ethan Klein. It's tough to watch. The amount of times we've abandoned that show or just started fast forwarding on Kill Tony because we just can't stand it anymore. However, we have picked out some great moments. We got to show you Ari Maddie.
Yes.
We got to show you.
I have to show you this. This might mean nothing, but this Joe DeRosa moment that I cannot stop thinking about.
It's a great moment. We got to show you how Tony's been treating Heidi, the stripper who works there and brings out the drinks. Let's get on some Schmoke and Shmee music. Take a few puffs. Take a quick swig. And then we're going to bring on the Austin comedians. The Austin Bombers, we call them.
I'm going to quickly
now. Yes.
be right back in 2 seconds.
We'll be right back.